coming up on At Your Leisure.
Hey, I'm Chad Booth. Join Rhea and me as we take a little holiday OHV ride in Uintah County. We are going to enjoy the cool fall days. Then Steve Heumann returns for a little holiday tradition as we gather the crew from past and present and enjoy a little turkey for Thanksgiving out in the mountains.
And I'm Reece Stein. Coming up, a noisy blizzard of birds in eastern Utah.
Thanksgiving is one of my favorite times of year, and I can't think of a better place to be. Hi, welcome to At Your Leisure. Today, I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Maria Rossi.
And I'm Alicia Staten.
And I'm Stephen Heumann, and we are here at the Trout Creek Ranger Station in Uintah County, up in the Uintah Mountains, and we're just celebrating Thanksgiving with the hosts, and I'm really looking forward to this. It's always fun to come out here with everybody and just have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
And in lieu of my sweet husband, BJ, I brought my cute mom, Jan, and my...
Colton James.
That's her son. Great guy. He's going to be one of our future hosts, I can tell already. And we invited Mark Raymond, Uintah County Commissioner, to join us today because the first time I ever learned anything about the fact that this cabin that the Forest Service owns can be rented by you, he was the one that told me. And so I thought it was appropriate you should join us today. And I think that's really great. What do we got planned today?
Well, we're gonna do Monte Cristos, which is a little bit different. We're going to use a turkey Monte Cristos, and Chad's made this really great cranberry, actually out of real cranberries. It's a domestic right here. And so I'm looking forward to that. But it's really great just to have, you know, a good portion of the AYL family here. And I just did want to tell Chad something, that the At Your Leisure family is going to be getting a little bit bigger.
No.
Yeah. I figured this would be a good time doing that. So yes, Becky's pregnant. So
you guys are going to have your own human race. The way you're going. That's all right.
Yeah, we were going on number 4.
Even Sam's excited about it. Look at that.
Yeah, well, he's with Mom, so he's happy. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Well, congratulations to you two.
Wonderful.
Well, so we're gonna get ready with the cooking, and normally since I do the travel adventure, I can't because I'm in charge of the food. So
lucky you.
I guess somebody else is gonna have to go out and have an adventure.
And I'm gonna take that opportunity. All right. So listen, they're gonna do all the prep work, and Rhea will come back for the glory part. But I think we're going to go out and find out about some of the area. You've done such a great job of introducing us to the Uintah Mountains, Mark. You got something new you can show us while they're all working?
Absolutely. Not far from here is the Cow Holler Trail. A beautiful trail, a little rough at first, but a beautiful ride.
We're on our way. We're going to go out for a ride. And you go to this week's, well, it's us. Yeah, let's go.
The Trout Creek cabin is right off the Red Cloud and White Cloud loops in the Ashley National Forest. Now, I've snowmobiled up here before and jeeped, but ATVing is a new experience for me. The smells and the extremes of the forest just heighten your senses as you ride through the streams and past the inspiring views of the world below. We couldn't have enjoyed a better guide than former Commissioner Mark Raymond. First of all, his enthusiasm for the area is totally contagious, just about like it is with everything he does. And second, he seems to know every inch of the territory. Better yet, he loves every inch of it.
You know, everybody has something that they're really proud of. I'm proud of the High Uintas. It's such a beautiful place and such a great place to come up and bring your family and picnic or camp or hunt or fish. We just love it up here. One of the nice things about the Ashley Forest is we're very close to Vernal. We're 30 minutes away. You can be up here in the tops of the mountains in a very short amount of time. It's a beautiful forest. And there's forests all over the state that are wonderful and beautiful forests. But there's something unique about ours. We just love them. If you haven't had an opportunity or a chance to come up here and see this forest, boy, I would highly recommend it.
It really is something when many forests of the South are devastated by bark beetle infestations that the Ashley is for the most part quite green and striking. Now this was Rhea's first trip up into the High Uintas, and it definitely had an impact.
I was just struck by the beauty of it. The intimacy of a forest this massive just kind of just blew me away. You think that when you come into a forest, it's just going to be all trees and you're just going to be kind of like, oh my goodness. But there's nothing like this up here. I mean, honestly, I have never seen anything this pretty.
One of the things that has always struck me about the vernal area of Utah Highway 40 is the sheer number of activities. Of course, you can have the prehistoric with the Dinosaur National Monument and the wealth of Jurassic adventure, but up here on the mountain, it's like an entire world is open up to you, and you can explore it any way you want.
You know, if you're an older couple and you're kind of confined to your car, there's the Red Cloud Loop Road, and you can drive the whole loop road in a car. There's also areas of the mountain where you need a high clearance vehicle, the Anderson Creek Road. You've got to pretty much have a four-wheel drive in some of the areas where it crosses the creek and stuff. There's also ATV trails up here that if you want to get off the beaten path and see some of the more remote areas of the forest, you get on an ATV. We have very basic trails. We've got intermediate level. We have advanced trails. There's some that you probably shouldn't try to attempt unless you're an experienced ATV rider. You can come up here and snowmobile in the winters. It's just a great place to come and play.
And to the Trout Creek cabin, this is the perfect base camp for that play. I first saw this cabin years ago and I just fell in love with it.
It's just literally a cabin in the forest that you see in storybooks, that when you were a kid that you read, and you're like, I want to go there, and now we're here.
Even with all the opportunity and beauty and discoveries here in the forest, land closure issues continue to rear their head, here as well as other places. But our state leaders and our local leaders, like the commissioners in Uintah County, have not taken this issue lying down.
We've been working with the Forest Service on some of these issues. They have closed a number of roads, 1,000 miles, in fact, of the roads up here on the forest, and we're very concerned about that. We're trying to work through that issue and reopen some of those. I can understand why they might close some of them that are no longer used or go to an area that is already accessible by a road from another area, but some of them we'd really like to see them keep open.
While those fights rage on, they are all in the background of our minds today as we tour these evergreen lands on the cusp of winter's chill. Later tonight, Mark's family will be up to join us at the cabin, and it will be a Thanksgiving that all of us will remember. You know, we often find ourselves running through life from one emergency to the next. I know I do. But there is something about a day on the trail with family and your best friends that makes all those emergencies seem so much less important, and that is the power of a day in the outdoors.
Trust me, you have to come up here and experience it, because it's one thing if they experience once, they're definitely going to want to do it again.
When you're at home and you're sitting down in front of the TV, there's just not much growth that occurs there. When you get away from the home and you get up here in nature, it does create a bond. It provides an opportunity for families to talk and to communicate with one another, to experience that bonding experience that seems like we don't have as much as we used to. It's such a good way for families to grow.
And after a long day of running at low RPMs, experiencing a sunset like this with your loved ones beside you, well, I just can't think of anything that I'm more thankful for. From the ATV trails outside of Vernal, Utah, I'm Chad Booth. Now, back to the cabin with Steve.
Thanks, Chad. Looks like there's a lot of great trails out here. I've been on the Red Cloud Loop before and in this area by Jeep, but never by ATV. If you want to find out more about it, of course, go to ayltv.com, or you can talk to a forest ranger. We're here with Rhett. Now, tell me about, you guys have some famous ATV trails out here, don't you?
Yeah, we do have quite a few trails. One of our more famous ones is the Outlaw ATV Trail, and we have a map and kind of set up to where, you know, the black sections, blue sections, green sections, so you know your proficiency level, you can pick where you want to ride, and we have that all on a map. Stop in the office down in Vernal and pick one up, come on up, go ride.
Now, the ranger cabin that we're staying at here, first of all, how old is this cabin?
Oh, well, right there on the door it says old. Now, they were built a little bit around the turn of the century.
Now, if somebody wants to reserve this cabin, how do they do it?
There's a recreation.gov website that you can get online to and see what the dates are available and pay for it online there.
How much does it cost to come out here and rent this cabin?
It's $40 a night, and it's reservable online at nrrs.com.
Well, you can't stay here for Thanksgiving because we're here, but you can stay here for Christmas, so rent it now. This is a great place to come with your family. Well, we have to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to show you our Thanksgiving meal in the outdoors.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Work hard, play hard, That's how the Stedman's family has done it for over 50 years. Come jump on or into your new side-by-side, ATV or dirt bike, and make your own trail with Stedman's in Tooele, your dealer for sales, service, and accessories. Looking for road bikes or e-bikes? We have those too. Go online or come in today and see the Stedman's family and check out their incredible line from only the best: Yamaha, Honda, CF Moto, Polaris, and Beta.
You might think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
At Your Leisure has a long-standing reputation and a large, loyal audience of adventurers in the outdoors. Although we're excited to continue to grow and enjoy the shared success of our longtime sponsors, we have space for more. And if you have a brand that would benefit from the 2 decades of goodwill that we've built, contact us at ayltv.com and let us amplify your voice above the competition.
When you're ready for adventure, fuel your machine with Clear 91. Fuel for performance, fuel for adventure, and fuel for the long haul. Ethanol-free, 91 octane. Fill up with Clear 91. Only available at Eagles Landing. With you for the long haul.
You've seen the pictures on social media. Now experience them for yourself in Tickaboo. On the border of Lake Powell, Tickaboo twists the adventure and takes you on rides into slot canyons and overlooks, around mountains and through environments unchanged in thousands of years. It's time to unplug and recharge. Tickaboo, Utah.
Well, Steve, Thanksgiving wouldn't be Thanksgiving without food. Welcome back to At Your Leisure.
Hey everybody, we're out here in Uintah County at the Ranger Cabin and we're celebrating Thanksgiving, giving you some ideas on what you can do. And we've come up with something a little bit different today.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of years for our Thanksgiving, you guys will remember that we've usually gone big, or we've made turkeys, and we made all this stuff in the outdoors. And today, instead of doing that, Camp Chef has given us a bunch of gear and we've decided to go a little bit more low-tech.
It's total simplistic food. Simplistic cooking, simplistic cabin. It's simple, really. It's so much fun. It's so relaxing. I can't remember a Thanksgiving where I was just so relaxed. And the view's fabulous.
Well, and the food is really easy. We're going to do Thanksgiving Monte Cristos and a brownie, but a little different brownie. We're going to experiment today. So it's going to be really simple, but let's go ahead and show how to make a Monte Cristo.
Let's do it.
All right. First things first, we need to slice the turkey. Basically, we just bought turkey breasts.
Right.
We're going to slice them up, throw them on the grill. That's simple. Now, for the next part, we basically have to make French toast. So we got the eggs right here. Whip them up, Rhea.
Okay.
All right. So once they're whipped up, you just take the bread. We got some nice thick bread.
Right.
Throw them in there, and then let's just toss them on the grill.
Right. We just like we're making French toast.
Yeah, exactly. These just go on top. We're gonna melt some cheese on top.
And a little bit of powdered sugar on the top.
Yeah, it's just
Yummy.
that simple. So this is really the easy part. There is nothing overly complicated about making this. You can make it in your kitchen or you can make it in the outdoors. Simple.
It's awesome.
The next one is the one that's a little bit tougher, and that is the brownie. Let's move over here for this. Now we just got a brownie mix. That's simple. Everybody knows how to make a brownie mix. They're really easy to make from scratch too. It's just cocoa and it's really simple. Now the problem that we're gonna run into with this is not in the making. The mixing of this is extremely simple. It's in the actual baking of the Dutch oven. Because you need to make sure that your heat control is good, and that's where I'm not as experienced. So we're all gonna
just kind of
we're gonna see if it turns out, because I don't know if it will. But
I got a feeling it will.
Keep my fingers crossed. So let's put a little bit of oil in, just a little bit. I think we should put more in.
Yes.
No, we don't need more oil. A cup.
Half a cup.
A fourth a cup of water. So
I think we need
about
more
that.
oil.
No, wait until we get it mixed. Wait till we get it mixed. No, wait till it's mixed.
I like my brownie moist.
We're not going to put more oil in here.
All right.
So we're going to put in an extra egg.
Right.
That'll make it just a little bit more fluffy, more cake-like, which is how I like it. And then peanut butter chips, because that's where I figured we would get our difference. I've never had peanut butter in a brownie before. I'm sure other people have. I haven't. So when I saw it, I figured, hey, this is what we're going to do.
Oh, it's going to be that nice slow melt
so
over
let's
the
go ahead.
coals.
Let's go ahead and pour it in.
All right.
See, and it's not as dense as a brownie mix. It's much more like a cake mix.
I'm going to taste the spoon.
Taste it, taste
I
it.
just want to make sure
Taste the
it's okay.
spoon. Is there enough oil in there? You remember the secret?
Yeah, but I've
you
heard
want 12 on the top.
14 on.
You're doing 12 on the top and 12 on the bottom. Okay?
Right.
And then you want to take 2 from the top or 2 from the bottom and put them on the top.
Okay.
So that's how it works. So we're going to pop them down here, because that way you get more even heat distribution.
Right.
So let's take them.
So you don't burn them on the bottom, but you don't want to. You want to keep the heat on top too.
This will take about the same amount of time as a regular brownie,
like
in the oven.
Minutes?
About 40 minutes. And so your coals should last just about that long. You should be fine.
Can you ever take the top off to look at it?
It
or is
depends.
that a no-no?
I'm a believer of the don't do it, because you lose your heat, and I want my heat to be even, particularly when I'm a baker, and I don't like baking. I'm not a baker. So for me, I want it to be perfect, so I'm going to wait until I can smell it.
Yeah, you're a baker,
to take
not
the
a
top
fighter.
off. That's right. Baker, not a fighter. All right, let's go ahead and check the turkey. Oh, look at that. That is ready. Let's turn them over a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Those are looking perfect.
Oh my
okay,
gosh.
now we put some cheese on.
Nice.
There you go. Put some on, Rhea. You can put as much or as little as you want. I mean, it's not like there's any rules here. Just put them on. And there we go. Then we just close it up. And at that point, you can melt the cheese, and we'll put the sandwiches together a little bit later in the show, and we'll show you the brownie mix a little bit later. Hopefully it'll turn out, because it's going to take about 40 minutes. And yeah, we're good.
Well, don't go away. We're going to go to a commercial break, and when we get back, we're going to be eating these.
Jorgensen's Power Sports is your one-stop shop for all of your outdoor adventure needs. We carry a wide variety of ATVs, UTVs, RVs, firearms, outdoor accessories, and much more. Complete with both a service and warranty department. Check us out online at www.jhsport.com or give us a call at 435-896-6408.
Wondering where your next OHV adventure will take you? Outsiders Utah has your answer with downloadable GPS routes, ride times, distance, local amenities, and other details. 360 street views of the trails that let you explore before you go, and more. Eliminate the guesswork and uncertainty and find a trail you'll love. Visit outsidersutah.com and see the trail before you ride the trail.
Where is Aurora, Utah? That's a good question. But here's a better one. Why should Aurora, Utah be your next destination? Some people will ask, where can I go on my next adventure? A better question is, how far can I go on my next adventure? In Aurora, the answer is as far as your gas tank will take you. Aurora, all 570 in the heart of central Utah. Aurora, Utah, where the good old days are brand new.
This is what it sounds like when quality speaks for itself. The Honda Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew, with class-leading comfort for 6. Tough, reliable, capable. Part of the 2023 Honda Pioneer lineup. Enough said.
Welcome back to Out Your Leisure, folks. I'm Alicia Staten, and I'm here with Commissioner Mark, hanging out at Trout Creek, Uintah Mountains. We're having a great time.
That's right. This is the Ranger Station cabin, which is now not used to spot for fires or work crews. They actually rent it out to people. Now, when people come up here in the wintertime, I mean, this is not like going to a motel. There are a few rules, right, or things that they need to plan on if they plan to stay here.
That's right. The Ashley National Forest does like you to call ahead and make arrangements. Anybody can use this facility, but they do have to reserve it ahead of time. And then they will give you an access number, and you unlock the door and you can go in and enjoy the facilities here. Especially in the middle of the winter, the snow would probably be about this deep. So you would have to come here by snowmobile.
That's true. Now in the wintertime, starting about the 1st of October, usually through the end of April, they shut the water off here. You can still use it. There's still gas, so you can actually run the propane refrigerator, and of course in the wintertime you don't need it, and they have a gas stove in there as well. So you have all those things, but you're going to have to bring your own water in for everything that you need.
But there are 3 days worth of electricity that's provided by a solar powered panel.
Well, we hope this has whetted your appetite enough that you will want to come up here. Right now we're going to whet your appetite with a trailhead adventure that I think is a story that's appropriate for the holidays. Take a look.
I'm Reese Stein, at your leisure, in the tiny eastern Utah town of Jensen, but the population here explodes by the thousands this time of year.
This is a really popular stopover location for sandhill cranes.
Sandhill cranes pass through Utah each fall on their yearly migratory journey from their summer homes in far northern Alaska and Canada. They're headed for Mexico and the southwestern United States for the winter. But in recent years, the Uintah Basin has become more than merely a migratory stopover. It's now a year-round home to many of the birds.
They like to use this not only as a stopover location, but they like to use this location as a wintering ground. It provides a really great food source, it provides shelter, and like I said, with climate being a little up and down the past several years, we haven't had as many harsh winters, so the birds have felt comfortable and safe enough to stay here as the temperatures were a little bit warmer.
A rare upside to global warming. The stately sandhill cranes stand from 2.5 to 4.5 feet tall with a bright red spot on their foreheads. Up to 7.5-foot wingspans make them skilled soaring birds. Their migratory flocks can contain hundreds of birds. Their name comes from the Nebraska sandhills along the Platte River, where thousands of birds stop over during migration. We saw them here on a trip east a few years ago. It's an amazing sight and sound. And they add a spectacular flair to Great Plains sunsets. Here in Utah, the Division of Wildlife Resources hosts a public crane viewing adventure in Jensen, providing binoculars and spotting scopes and lots of good information. A dozen bird lumbers, including a brand new one, showed up this year.
Sometimes maybe it's like they're playing around with each other, just kind of pecking and hopping around. Even just seeing how they fly into a field together. And they're always communicating, right? Like their sounds, they're known for their calls and everything. I just love watching the way that they interact.
Reese Stein at your leisure along the way in Jensen, Utah.
Oh, this place is so nice.
It's beautiful.
Oh.
Hey, we'd like to thank Rocky Mountain ATV MC for that great trailhead adventure. You guys are awesome, and if you don't know who they are, go check them out at RockyMountainATVMC.com.
We are located at the Trout Creek Ranger Station, and it is beautiful up here.
This cabin is so adorable. Okay, if you want to get away, you don't want anybody to find you, bring your family, that's okay too. This cabin is so sweet. The only thing is, if you're coming in at the end of the season, they've already winterized the cabin, so there's no running water, so be ready to bring some water up with you. Now, Alicia, what do you say we take a tour of the cabin?
Let's do it.
Okay. I think you need to put an apron on and get to that Dutch oven cooking.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
This is all supplied when you come in. They've got all these cute little plates and mugs, just in case you forget stuff, which we did.
This is all you really need.
I know. You know what? We need our significant others to serve us stuff.
I think that's a great idea. In fact, maybe they should get to the Dutch oven cooking. The shower next to the stove, next to the refrigerator. I'm telling you, folks, this really is all you need when you're in the middle of nowhere. This is how we do a fire pit. This Trout Creek Ranger Station up in the Uintah Forest is absolutely a jewel. It's so beautiful up here.
It is, really. Once you come up here, it's like you don't want to tell anybody about it, but we're not like that, so come on up and check it out.
Yeah.
All right, right now we're going to go to a commercial break, but don't go away, because when we get back, we're going to be eating our Thanksgiving meal.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Where do you start your day when there are endless opportunities to explore? In Richfield, we'll set you on the right track with the Paiute ATV Trail right on our doorstep. Head into the Tusher Mountains and taste the crisp mountain air. Explore desert landscapes that echo voices from the past. Richfield, the heart of Utah Trail Country.
Join us on AYL 24/7 with early access to commercial-free episodes, detailed trip itineraries, a look behind the scenes, group discussions and forums, profile and account customization, individual segments, and a nostalgic trip to classic episodes. We want our viewers to get the show they want to see when they want to see it. It's all the viewing you've grown to love and more. Sign up now at AYLTV.com.
Before you pack the car,
before you plan the route,
Make sure your vacation
be the one you always dreamed of.
With a pre-trip visit to Tunex.
Locally owned,
regionally connected.
Tunex can get you on the road and keep you there.
No matter where you travel in Utah.
From timing belts to oil changes, transmission service or new brakes,
a towing upgrade or even a tune-up,
we have the certified technicians
to do the job right. There's a Tunex near you.
Find it at tunex.com.
Utah is known for its mountains, but there aren't a lot of mountains that offer you adventure like this. Here in Hanksville, we're home to the Henry Mountains. Trails branch off toward hidden bluffs, and bison roam free as if you've traveled back to the days of the pioneers. Come to Hanksville and discover the Henry Mountains. Hanksville, Utah, your base camp for thrills.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. This has been one wonderful Thanksgiving up here in the high Uintahs.
You've been smiling all day.
I'm so thankful. You know, I'm thankful for At Your Leisure. Wow. There's so many people that love this show. I mean, we've got these great counties like Uintah County. These guys have been best of friends. They are wonderful, wonderful people to work with. And we got Grand County, which is fantastic.
We've had support from the Stedmans out of Stedman's Recreation since we began this show, and actually the show that preceded it. So we've had a relationship with them for 12 years. Of course, there's Ray City, Neil City, and Paul Byron, and they have all been just so wonderful to work with, and they help bring so much to the show.
And they're just a joy to work with.
That's true. We don't want to forget all the Polaris dealers. The Polaris group have really stepped up to the plate to really be rock solid supporters of ours, and we're not only grateful for what they do as far as products and providing us places to go, but they're also very active in this whole land debate, and they get hands-on, and I admire that about them.
And I'm really thankful that the show is going to be airing next week.
Thanks to the sponsors.
Indeed. So let's take a look at next week's show.
Next week, with the holiday season right around the corner, the spirit of giving is in the air, and we're going on a great Jeep ride as multiple members of the off-road community are joining our forces to support Toys for Tots. Then I'm going to take you down to Jorgensen's Power Sports as we're getting an in-depth look at all new electric dirt bikes that you'll want to get your hands on for this holiday season. Finally, with many great trails always in need of your support, we're going to follow one OHV reunion with a group of friends who are riding some of the trails that remain open in the Grand Staircase Escalante area.
Well, next week's show looks great.
Yes.
It's about time to eat. Should we check the brownies?
Let's take a look.
All right, let's see.
Yummy.
Look at how they've all kind of clumped together.
Stephen, I'm so impressed.
That looks so good. I think it got burned a little bit on the side.
Yeah.
But for my first foray into baking in the Dutch oven, I don't think that's too bad.
Bravo.
All right, let's go ahead and bring this over to everybody else and let's eat.
Come and get it.
Oh, Chad, they're already here.
No, we are now.
Yeah, look, I'm already dished up. Sorry, I get distracted. I get so distracted. All right, well, we certainly have been so thankful for everybody else. We want to thank, I want to thank you guys for being part of the At Your Leisure team. You have made this a very fun trip through life. Mark Raymond, thank you for your friendship. You have been so great to have along, and we can always count on you. And the babies and Becky and everybody, it's just been great for you all to be here and be a part of this. So we want you to do like we've done. You go get our recipes off the website, including the relish that I made a couple of days ago. Have this turkey dinner and get out with your family, your friends. Enjoy the great outdoors.
At your leisure. Let's eat.
Folks. All right.
Let's go.